Hey, howdy, y'all. Mr. Tokyo here with a pretty much a review of my first week in Final Fantasy XIV. I was able to start up in Arcanist, and I was able to get from, I believe, level 1 to level 33. I wasn't pushing very hard on stream. I was playing maybe 2 hours a day. Um, and honestly, that took me about, I don't know, 5 days to get done, honestly, playing. And I have to say that in the first week, it's I've made quite a bit of progress. I thought it might be a bit more grindy than it was. It took me quite a while to become accustomed to the mechanics of 14 versus other MMOs that I've played. A lot of it is learning your rotations. Um, as you get new abilities, finding out where they go on the hotbar, what things go back and forth, all of that, that's fine. Playing as an Arcanist, my role is apparently range DPS, which is cool, which is falls in line with pretty much any other game that I've played. I don't like melee at all, and y'all can have all of that, whatever, flame me if you want to. But yeah, I like the caster classes, and this one seems to be working out quite well for me. I mean, in terms of the mechanics and the actual playing of the game, it's fine by me. I'm intrigued really by some of the things that you're not doing in combat that is really impressive to me. I like the crafting system a lot, um, and the fact that you can have retainers to come in and do some of the gathering for you is pretty cool. Um, well, no, not just the gathering. They also do the selling on the marketplace. They also do just random things as you level them up. They can get you several different missions that you can run from them for them. Some are no, they're all timed, but some are like an hour to go get you some basic materials. There's others that are like 18 hours to do. Who knows what they'll find, but I haven't actually had one of those complete yet. I think if I logged in now, that would be the case, but I wanted to cut this video before then. Um, yeah, I do like the crafting. I like the fact that as you're crafting, you have to actually still be playing. It's not just, well, no, let me step back. They do have a set it and forget it thing once you've made one of the items. But if you want to make a high quality item, you can actually get in there and do some manipulation yourself to make it all good. And I like that quite a bit because it's not just simply finding the patterns. You're learning all of the skills, and you're basically just saying, okay, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to be a carpenter or a blacksmith or a leather worker and all. I mean, and you can do them all at the same time, which is kind of boss because one skill leads to match for another skill, so you can kind of get things going along all together. The only exceptions I've found is like fishing and cooking. Those don't seem to go together as well as I would think. Well, only because I don't like fishing in most games, and that continues here in 14. If there was a way for me to not do fishing by myself, that would be great. That's always been. I get it. It's a time sink. I understand it, but there's literally nothing else that I can do to help influence it. There's no RNG. There's one ability I picked up that lets it go faster, but I can only do that once, like every 3 or 4 casts at the moment. Yeah, it's not looking good for me right now. But all the other skills I really do like, particularly botany. Is literally you going and getting all the mats and it's fine, but you can set it to just like keep swinging at the tree or at the bushes or whatever, picking up the mats that you're actually looking for, and then immediately switching from that trade skill to another trade skill to turn the wood into lumber, turn the lumber into whatever else it is you need for whatever trade skill you're dealing with at the time. I really like the functionality of all that, and I think I've got like 19 different setups for each of my different trade skills, and I've been leveling them up quite a bit. I think a few of them are 25 or 26. I'm normally doing them off stream because that's, I think, boring content for you guys, and I wouldn't want to do that to you. But honestly, I am having a lot of fun with the trade skills mechanic. Um, but let's talk more about just like walking around and actually fighting and doing things in the world. Okay, I know I am highly susceptible to following the shinies and getting sidetracked by literally all the side quests. That's on me. I'll give it that, but but there seems to be like, and this is just for so far the Realm Reborn portion of the game. There seems to be a very, very limited amount of quests that you can do. It's literally go over there, kill 10 things, or go over there, gather 10 things, or go over there and craft 10 things in terms of the side quests. But they're going to send you hither, yon, and fro to places where you haven't been yet, and you have no ability to fast travel or teleport or even ride a chocobo. That gets annoying really quick, particularly when there's, I don't know, 7, 8, 10 little quests in each little hub that they send you to, all doing the same thing. Yeah, that's not fun to me. But luckily, I've now moved past that. I've finally got my own personal chocobo. But otherwise, it was just that was the part that was killing me. I could not sit there and just run. Well, no. First off, sprint is its own ability on its own cooldown. I don't know. I have problems with that. But the run speed they have it set at and the size of the world don't seem to line up, because you're going to be running quite a while, through mobs that are aggressive, through terrain and I mean, it's a beautiful game. It's got a lot of bright, shiny graphics and all that, but it's not, inspiring terrain. Now, I'll admit I've seen a sightseeing log that I'm supposed to have, but I haven't run into it yet because I'm literally spending my time running from A to B, trying to get there, and then unlock the taxi that'll take you back to where you just came from, but not where you're trying to go to ultimately, which is like 2 or 3 zones away. I do like the fact that you can kind of teleport within the cities or within, what do they call it, aetherytes. You can go from one to the other. For a fee, that's fine. You make plenty of credits doing pretty much anything that you're doing anyway. That part of the quest, the overworld questing is not great. It's not. I'm sorry. It's not great in as much as it's not innovative. It's not new. It's not different from any other MMO that I've ever played. Really, run here, go there, do whatever. That being said, they do have a main scenario quest line that they do inform you of. It's right there. It's always at the top of the screen of like, hey, go over here and do this quest next. But they know full well that they've marked every NPC in between A and B with a quest marker. And some people have problems getting past that. So it's taken me quite a while to move through the main scenario quest. I think at this point I'm 13 levels above it, maybe somewhere in that range, and some of it it is literally, okay, leave this zone, this main city that you're in, go to another main city, run 3 zones away from there, talk to a guy, and then come back. Yeah, that could have been done better. That could have been done better. There we go. Let me say that properly. That aside, I mean, I know I've watched a lot of videos about 14 before I got started, and there's plenty of people saying, "Oh, don't skip the cutscenes. The story's really great. You probably want to get involved in it." At this point, and again, I'm just playing in the Realm Reborn portion of it. I'm not feeling it. If there's a story here, it's rather generic. You've got 3 capital cities for your sets of classes that you can start at. They're not all together. They're not all working together. They're not doing anything that would be helpful. There's no one enemy that they're all fighting. There's just no hook for me in it, in what I've seen so far. And it's made all the worse by the fact that every NPC that wants to talk to you and have a cutscene, the vast majority of the time, those cutscenes are not voiced. It's just text. Thank goodness I found the ability to, speed the text up so I can just get past all of the filler. I know I could skip on past it altogether, but I leave the text running, because if there is an NPC that I need to know about or need to become familiar with, I want to see who they are and the intros that they do. But so far, none of the cutscenes, in my opinion, have compelled me to learn more about the story or continue the quest line more than I was doing already. Like I said, it kind of holds your hand and pulls you along, but as it's pulling you along, it's not helping you. It's just simply saying, no, you got to go that way. And then I got to spend 15 minutes getting there just to run back or teleport back or ride a chocobo for 3 minutes. And it's honestly, that part of the whole design in ARR or A Realm Reborn is just not for me. Other people may like it, but it's just not for me. Now, I keep hearing from people that I talk to and people in game that once you get to at least Heavensward, I believe is the first expansion, it gets a whole lot better. It becomes an interesting story. I'm not inclined to disbelieve people when they say that, but man, it better be worth all the hype that they're spitting, because I don't know. At this point, it's a weekend. I think I got 20 some odd days left on my initial sub. It's getting close to decision time. And honestly, in my first week, I have not yet finished my starter class quest, which seems rather ridiculous. I've already, like I said, I've made it to level 33, but my main scenario quest is lagging behind. And now every quest I do is just like, can we get to the end? Can we get to the end? Is this where it gets to the end? Because that main scenario quest is trying to show you every single mechanic in the game, from changing your outfits to changing your character's look to PvP to here's the quest for the mount, here's the quest for how to travel from one place to another, here's the quest for learning trade skills, here's the quest and it's on and on and on. And there are a lot of mechanics, there are a lot of things, mechanisms within the game that you have to learn, and I appreciate that. But I'm trying to do the story so I can get my character to see if I will actually like playing this character to max level. I haven't changed jobs yet because I haven't finished my first one yet, and I am really not inclined to try and go back and change jobs at this point. Hopefully, when I finally do that, I'll be able to, just run dungeons and level that way, or just do some other content. Because if it's the same leaves or levies or whatever they're calling them, if it's those and a class quest or job quest that is seemingly unending, I don't know how much I'm going to get into it. And I do want to play the other ranged DPS classes like Black Mage, Red Mage is kind of melee. I don't know what that whole deal is. Then there's like the Scholar, and I forget the other ones at the moment. But I'm definitely not going to be playing an Archer / Bard or whatever they turn into. I'm not going to be playing that. But my incentive to go back and play a different class or a different job is gonna be strictly. I mean, the only reason I could see myself doing it is so I can go back and still continue to level my trade skills as I'm doing those quests in those different areas. Now, that's kind of like the negatives. On the positive side, I don't have to make another character if I don't want to. I can do all the jobs, I can do all the trade skills, I can do all the rep grinding that I need to do on one character and be able to fill whatever role needs to be filled with my free company or whatever the queue times are looking for. Do it that way. Now, me personally, I'm not going to be playing a tank. I'm not going to be playing a healer over much. Well, maybe a healer. This game allows the healers to do DPS, which is intriguing to me. I might try that out. But I can fill 2 out of those 3 roles on the same character, and all I have to do is literally change my outfit, and now my job has changed, and I can do level appropriate content that way that I've already unlocked by playing this one job that I have as the Arcanist. So I'm intrigued by that. But if it's more of, no, you got to do these 60 some odd main scenario quests to get it done, or the 20, 30 some odd job related quests, I don't know. Maybe I just picked Arcanist, and that's one of the less interesting job picks to go with. But I haven't been with the conversations I've had. I've not been incentivized to try something else out. Now maybe that changes once I get to some of the later expansions. Don't get me calling them out because I don't know yet. Endwalker, I think, is one of them. Shadowbringer is another one. I don't know. But maybe the story changes then. Again, that's the hype that I've been hearing. That's the story that I've been getting from people, and I hope it's all correct. I hope it's not just people with emerald colored glasses on seeing Oz for what they want you to see it as. But again, just a week in, I'm having fun in spurts. It's not a continuous pulling the taffy of fun. It's more of a, okay, here's all of this mud you got to go through in order to get to where you want to go. And in most games when that happens, I lose interest rather quickly. I'm more forgiving when it comes to Square games because I've been playing Final Fantasy since Final Fantasy 1 came out on the NES. I know it takes them a while to get the story going. I understand that they have a lot of things that they need to try and explain to you. But with a story that is this generic, I'm going to need you to hurry that whole process up. Because right now, I'm just running through a lot of filler. And I'm not even the main character in the story. I'm watching other NPCs become the main characters in the story. So I don't understand why I need to be here and I could be over there just becoming, whatever class or job I want to be and leave you guys to your own devices because I'm not making an influence. Case in point, I finally unlocked the Grand Company, which is like the city, the starting city adventurers guild level thing. And I'm starting as a rank private, even though I was doing things in those quests with the cutscenes that nobody else did. Everybody else was saying, oh, if it weren't for you, we would have all died. But you got to start at the bottom. But that was just the one quest to unlock 5 other mechanics. Daily questing, purchasing items, building rep, all of that. That's fine, but either figure out if I'm the main character in this story or if I'm not. And tell your story from that perspective. And again, this is all A Realm Reborn. I don't know if it gets better in the later expansions. I'll find out later. But right now, my primary objective is to get through this Arcanist job quest so I can become a summoner or I believe they also get Scholar or something else. I forget the name of it at the time. But I need something a little bit more. And again, I'm giving it another 2 weeks or so before I decide if I'm going to cut bait on this at all or not. So that's my thoughts a week in. Go ahead and let me know down in the comments how you feel about it. No spoilers, obviously, but if there is a compelling reason that you have for me to keep going, other than, oh no, wait till the next expansion. That's the same argument as the give it 3 seasons, it'll get better. I don't have 3 seasons. When I was 20 years younger, I could do that. I don't have that kind of time now. I mean, my kids will be home in a couple of hours. I've got I've got responsibilities and things I need to do anyway. So if you guys could, give me some reason to keep trying to do this day in and day out, I'd appreciate it. Like I said, the game is well built. It's it looks great. The graphics are fine. But I started playing, online games when they were multi-user dungeons and it was all text-based, and there was a compelling reason to go forward with the story there. This has got all the graphics, bells and whistles, and I'm not finding that story there. Let me know what you all think about it. But for now, this is Mr. Totio, end of sketch.